Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. In this session, we'll be discussing from the 28th verse of the 6th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prayujyamane mayitam shuddham bhagavatim tanum arabdha karma nirvano nyapatat pancha bhautikaha. The meaning of this verse is, having been awarded a transcendental body befitting an associate of the personality of Godhead, I quit the body made of 5 material elements, and thus all acquired fruitive results of work, karma, stopped. So this is the description by Narad Muni of his previous life. What happened when in his previous life death came? So in the previous verses it was described that all of a sudden there was a change of body. What is that change of body? He quit the present body and he did not enter another material body, unlike the others. Most people, when they quit this body at the time of death, they enter another material body. Could be higher, lower, same level, whatever. But Narad Muni, because he had perfected his devotional service, he doesn't have to enter another material body. He doesn't have to take birth again in this world. He is awarded a transcendental body. And what kind of transcendental body is it? It is described in this verse, befitting an associate of the personality of Godhead. So everywhere in the scriptures it is said that we are the same quality as Krishna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna has a completely transcendental form. Even we, in our original position, we have a completely spiritual form. And Narad Muni, he is ready for going back to Godhead, so he is awarded a transcendental body befitting an associate of the Supreme Personality of God. And then what happened to the other body? He says, I quit the earlier body. I quit the body made of 5 material elements. Of course, everybody quits such a body. But then the advantage is for Narad Muni, thus all acquired fruitive results of work or karma stopped. No more karma, no more reactions. So that is the wonderful achievement of a devotee who has perfected his devotional service. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, informed by the personality of Godhead that he would be awarded a transcendental body befitting the Lord's association, Narada got his spiritual body as soon as he quit his material body. Immediately. Actually, our original form is a spiritual form. What is the meaning of being awarded? It means that our spiritual form is in an undeveloped state. That is our real identity. Aham Brahmasmi. I am spirit soul. Spirit soul means spiritual form. But it is undeveloped in our present condition because we are covered by a material body due to our desire to enjoy materially. So that spiritual form is undeveloped. By spiritual practice, by devotional service, the spiritual body develops exactly as we go on performing pure devotional service, we go on purifying our material contamination. That spiritual body develops. We are awakened to spiritual reality as we go on doing pure devotional service. And in proportion to our awakening, we are engaged more and more and more in pure devotional service. This is only by the mercy of the spiritual master and Krishna, Guru Krishna. By their mercy only it's possible. And at the time of death for a devotee, there is no fear, there is no uncertainty, there is no anxiety, there are no reactions, because the devotee is guaranteed to change his body from material body to spiritual form. Now, Prabhupada further explains, this transcendental body is free from material affinity. It has got no material attraction. Just like in this body, we always feel some material attraction for material sense objects. These senses, body means senses. So these material senses are always attracted to some material sense object. Eyes are looking for beautiful form. Ears are searching for melodious music or some words of praise, honor. Nose is looking for nice fragrance or nice aromas, like that. But a transcendental body is free from material affinity, no material attraction at all. So the senses of the transcendental form are not disturbed, are never attracted to anything material. Total freedom from all material attractions. That is the biggest problem in this material world for those who want to control their senses. That senses don't easily come under the control to avoid sense gratification is very difficult, because very naturally it seems like the senses are always attracted to the sense objects. But when we get a transcendental body, it is no longer so. And it is further said here, this transcendental body is invested with three primary transcendental qualities. There are three primary transcendental qualities. What are they? Eternity, that means this form is an eternal form. Unlike this material form, which is never eternal. It is there for a fixed duration, that's all. And even during that limited duration of time, this body undergoes changes. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. It goes through stages of childhood and youth and old age. And old age is a fundamental misery that we have to suffer. Invalidity due to old age. So, a transcendental body is eternal, means there is no material deterioration, there is no material destruction. And freedom from material modes. Not only is this body temporary, what we have, but it is also influenced by the gunas, Rajoguna, Sattva-guna, Tamo-guna. The three influences will always be there. Sometimes Sattva-guna dominates, sometimes Rajoguna dominates, sometimes Tamo-guna dominates. Accordingly, our behavior also changes. So this is material existence. It's horrible. We don't have the freedom to act properly when we are under the influence of the three gunas. But by devotional service, we can rise above the gunas gradually as we go on doing devotional service. And devotional service leads to our freedom completely from material modes. Sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. We come to the spiritual platform, being freed from all the three modes. Three modes means the influence of the three modes. And the third characteristic of the transcendental body is freedom from reactions of fruitive activities. Always this body is a store of previous fruitive activities, their reactions. These reactions keep on unfolding as Kala acts on this body. By the action of time, the reactions are unfolding. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. So both happiness and distress, dvandva, sukha dukkha. This we have to experience. But a transcendental body has no reactions at all. No reactions. Such a wonderful state of existence. This is what Krishna is inviting us. Come back to me means come back to the spiritual life of eternity, bliss and knowledge. The material body is always afflicted with a lack of these three qualities. Material body is not eternal, material body is not free from material influence of the gunas, material body is not free from reactions. Always these three things are there. A devotee's body becomes at once surcharged with transcendental qualities as soon as he is engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. This is a wonderful thing about devotional service, pure devotional service. As soon as we engage, we become surcharged with transcendental qualities immediately. Immediately. You don't have to wait for some advancement in Krishna consciousness. You don't have to wait. Immediately the body becomes surcharged with transcendental qualities. That's how we are able to do devotional service. And Prabhupada gives an example here. It acts like the magnetic influence of a touchstone upon iron. When there is iron, a magnetic stone or a magnet, it will immediately influence. That magnetic influence on iron will always be there in the presence of a touchstone or a magnetic stone. Similarly, when we do devotional service, the effect on this material body is that the material body will not be an obstacle for our Krishna consciousness. That's why devotional service is described ahaituki apratihata. This is the nature of pure devotional service. Therefore, change of body means stoppage of the reaction of the three qualitative modes of material nature upon the pure devotee. No more influence. And there are many instances of this in the revealed scriptures. Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj and many other devotees were able to see the personality of Godhead face to face, apparently in the same body. This means, how could they see? With these eyes we cannot see spiritual form, transcendental form. How were they able to see? This means that the quality of a devotee's body changes from material to spiritual. As soon as he engages in devotional service, it changes. So, only the devotee is free from influence of the reactions, influence of the three gunas, because of the causeless mercy of the Supreme Lord upon the devotee. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.